Welcome to the next edition of Make My Move to Elkhart, to the middle of nowhere. Today we're sitting in the Doric Theater on a stage where they have live performances periodically. And we want to thank Lindsay, the corporate office manager for Mitchell Theaters, allowing us to use this space to produce this video, as well as Caden. And a little history on the Doric Theater. Mitchell Theaters has 15 locations including the Doric, and I believe it covers 7 states and also 107 screens total. So we are very blessed to have the Doric Theater right here in our hometown of Elkhart, Kansas. The original Doric building was built in 1918, and the Mitchell family purchased it in 2017 and made it what it is today. It's a state-of-the-art 100-plus seat theater with rockers and chairs and Dolby surround sound, and then especially on up towards the top they have what's called Oscar's Lounge, where adult beverages are served as well as food. And then coming soon, they're going to have Oscar's Rooftop Lounge available, which will seat approximately 40 people with the fire pits and festival lighting and lounge seating. So we're very, very lucky to have that here in our hometown. And I will move on and introduce Sergio. He owns Elkhart Motel, which is the old name. It's now Elkhart Micro Suites. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah.
So you were telling me the other day when we were talking that you did a major remodel and renovations, and now it has a new name, and you want to explain a little bit of that, and then why. The thing that really interested me is you said you came to Elkhart, purchased, and was going to renovate, do this, do that, and then go back to Florida.
Correct.
And
yeah.
you said you decided to stay, so I found that expand on that.
Well, yeah, the main idea was just coming here in town, fixing the place. It was neglected. It was really like distressed. So my idea was just coming here, fixing it up, and then just going back to Florida. But the reality is that the town just growing me, because everybody here is very nice. I have a lot of people backing us up, people just telling us like how happy they are, because apparently we just like changed the whole image that the motel had. I mean, in the beginning when we got here, I mean, it was obvious that it was a bad place, and we were able to like do renovations in the rooms, so now it's a safe place to be. It's a clean place as well. And the most important thing is that it's a family-oriented location. You know, I have a bunch of kids now living there.
Right.
It is very quiet, and we're very happy to be in this town. Like I said, super.
So
super
have you
happy.
found it pretty welcoming? And,
Yeah, I never thought that I would stay in a town away from Florida, but I was there wrong. You know, I got here and I found myself with a lot of nice people here. So we've been here for almost a year now,
Right.
and I don't know what the future brings me, you know.
Right.
But for now, I got no intentions of going back to Florida. I'm gonna stay here for a while, and we'll know where it goes after here.
Well, I think you'd mentioned sunsets. That I noticed on
Oh,
you
yeah.
showed me some videos of.
Oh yeah, that's what I do every day. I mean,
Right.
not every day, but most of the time I spend it like watching these sunsets and the sunrise here, because it's incredible. You don't see that anywhere else.
I think that's a little bit unique
Yeah,
to
it's
us.
very unique.
Yes.
Very unique. Yeah, the afternoons here are like something to watch. It's a
Right.
nice show to witness. That's for sure. Yeah.
Right. So have you had any? I know you probably had some expectations. Have you had any pleasant surprises that you didn't see coming, or expectations that were fulfilled?
Well, I did my own research when I was looking for a place for a motel. So I went to Oklahoma, I went to Texas, I saw a few here in Kansas. But to be honest with you, like the town itself, it just looks kind of like cool to me. It looks different than most towns. I'm not gonna say that your towns are not nice. Just saying it just looks kind of like very how can I say this, like comfy to me.
Right.
So I just visualized the motel when I bought it, and I felt it would be a good asset for this town. And thank God, people have been responding at it. We're
Right.
full all the time, which is nice.
Well, and I think we have, there are a lot of things to do.
Oh yeah,
The
definitely.
theater,
A lot of things that we
yeah,
don't that we don't.
Yeah.
I did not know. I didn't expect to find a nice city like this one.
yeah.
And the second floor bar is awesome too. And I cannot wait for the terrace when it is done. We're gonna be here for a sure. Like
Well, and you and I met at the museum, and
We
the
did.
museum is seldom
correct.
talked
The
about how.
museum is something that you definitely don't think you're gonna find in a town
Right,
this size. It's beautiful. I've been in big cities, and I gotta say that the museum that they have here in this town is amazing. It's
Right.
something to definitely go and see. What else can I tell about this town? Oh, the Pond of Rocks.
yeah, the
Amazing,
National
dude.
Grassland,
Yeah,
yeah, we have a
amazing,
lot of
amazing.
history, Santa Fe Trail, a lot of
Yeah,
history
and
out
the
there.
wildlife that we encounter
Mhm,
here, like I've
mhm.
never seen too many like deers like running around.
Right.
This of that matter is beautiful. I mean, and the peace. I think that's what it caught me like the most. It's just the peace. The
So you
calmness.
got off blood pressure medicine.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't use medicine and all that. But yeah, like the peace that I find here, I haven't experienced that anywhere else. So that's
Right.
one of the reasons why I'm here because it's very calm. It's very
Right,
nice.
right.
People are so friendly here.
I hear that comment a lot from friends that visit from the city is how quiet.
Yeah.
It's just a very calming atmosphere.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people from the big cities are moving rural because that's one of the main reasons. Is
Right.
Because all the big cities are overcrowded at this point.
Mhm.
Everyone wants to move to the big cities, and I know many friends of mine they just move in rural now. Because
Right,
The peace
right.
that you find in a city in a town like this, you won't find it anywhere else.
Well, and I think that's why we're here today to brag about our community, and we do have
Yeah.
lots to, and
Definitely.
quality of life is fabulous in my opinion, but, you know, I'm a local, but,
And we
So-
got everything we need so
Yeah.
far in here. We got the grocery, we have the theaters, we have the bar here.
yeah,
We got some nice restaurants here, and
grocery store.
yeah, and
Yeah,
the biggest asset is the people itself here.
Right.
Everybody is so nice,
yeah.
and they've been so welcoming. So what not to love about this
Oh,
town?
yeah, it's just fabulous. And speaking of blood pressure, we have Robin with us today. She is a new nurse practitioner, well, not a new nurse practitioner, but our new nurse practitioner at Morton County Health Systems. So we welcome you today. So what were your priorities when you were choosing a new home, new
Oh,
location?
goodness. Well, I knew that I wanted it to be rural. I grew up in a small town about the size of Elkhart.
Right.
So that was probably the biggest priority that I had. I have 2 children, and so I just wanted somewhere safe for them to grow up. I
Right,
wanted them to be able to ride their bikes, more than a block to where I wouldn't
Right.
get scared. So
right,
that was a huge priority for me.
Mhm.
And then I, as a practitioner, prior to this, have worked urgent care, and I just wanted to kind of slow down
right,
and find a practice that I could be involved in where I could get to know the patients
right.
and make them extended family members, get to
Right,
know everyone in
right.
the town. And so in a town this size, I think that's the perfect opportunity
Mhm.
to go in and establish those relationships and foster them and just, like I said, kind of get an extended family for
Sure.
myself and even my children.
Well, and I think that's a little bit generally, you've probably found out how we roll, is we're one big, we all pitch in. So
Yes,
that probably
yeah, everyone's
fits your,
been really great, as far as showing me the ropes and
Right.
where things are, what I should do, where I should go for certain things. It's just been, everybody's been phenomenal,
Well, it's good
both
to hear.
patients and the people that I work with, and kind of helping me acclimate to Elkhart. So
right, well, that's very great to hear. So you have, I think I understood when we were talking a while back about some passions that you like to pursue in your practice besides the general part of
Yes.
medicine.
So, as we were talking earlier, I am a family practice nurse practitioner, but kids are probably my first passion. I love them. And so just to be able to start caring for children and then watch them grow up
Right,
it's just going to, I think, be an amazing experience. But they're definitely have a large piece of my heart. And then I also am really passionate about women's health. And
Mhm.
so screening for breast cancer, performing mammograms, pap smears, all of those things that can oftentimes be neglected in
Right.
rural towns. To me, I think that that's a great service that I can provide
Oh, no
for Elkhart.
doubt about it. I know I'm doing some work on suicide prevention, so I assume that within your practice, you probably, maybe with children and adults, are able to see some red flags that maybe you can
Absolutely.
address
Mhm.
earlier than later, so.
So yes, we as family practitioners can actually see patients with mental health problems, treat things like anxiety, depression, and so we're able and fully equipped to do that. And we actually have a great nurse practitioner that specializes in mental health.
Right, right.
And so I think that that's amazing that we have Heidi Brillhart here in
Sure,
Elkhart.
sure.
You wouldn't believe in some of the towns that I've lived in and around. I'm from a bigger city, but just the amount of stress that's put on,
Sure.
the mental health care system in general, like it's very hard to find practitioners. And so the fact that Elkhart has one is amazing.
Absolutely, and for the most part, a lot of our people are homegrown or we're from here, and that's another thing that I think we should brag about.
Absolutely.
But yes, so you've probably been here long enough. Have you found any unexpected, oh, I didn't know that was available, or oh, this or that? Have you found anything that's shocked you about, I didn't expect that to be here, or?
Honestly, the theater is
Right.
a huge surprise. It's like a little hidden gem that you don't expect.
Sure.
So I think that that's amazing. I feel like the people of the town, though, are, I would say, probably the biggest surprise. I mean, everybody is just so friendly and so willing to help. I haven't had a chance to go to the museum, so now that Sergio
Yes.
mentioned it, I'm going to
Yeah.
have to go and kind of explore that.
Yes, absolutely.
I did get to see the Civic Center, and that was a really nice facility. So the fact that such a small town has something that nice, I think is
Are you a
is
golfer? Have you?
Great. Oh my gosh! So I can top golf.
Yeah, yeah.
But am I a great golfer? No, I might need some lessons.
Well,
in
our
that.
golf course, you mentioned Point Rock Golf Club is the name of our
Oh,
golf
is it?
course. Yes. So it kind of kills two birds with one
Yeah.
stone. So Robin, since joining the team at Morgan County Health Systems, have you, I think you said something earlier, but has it been a kind of a seamless transition and you felt support and would recommend that as a place to come and work?
Absolutely. I honestly didn't expect them to have so many resources.
Right.
The people that work there, everybody's been amazing. Just like I said, really great helping me acclimate to the work environment. The practitioners there are willing and able to answer any of the questions that I have. They've done a great job of just showing me around and introducing me.
Right.
So it's been, I feel like, a pretty smooth transition.
Good,
So.
good. And I know that in years past, when we've had major accidents or a major issue, that everybody shows up. All of the providers, the nurses. I mean, if they're at home, they're not on call. They show up, and I think that speaks to the love that they have for their patients in the health system.
Absolutely.
So, in a closing comments, Sergio, that you can think of that you might have forgotten?
No, the only thing that I forgot to mention is that I'm gonna be playing golf for sure now. Like,
At Point Rock Golf Club, right?
yeah,
Yes.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, cool.
that's gonna be something new. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us today, and that wraps up another edition of Make My Move to the Middle of Everywhere. See you next time.